What's going on, everybody? So what company did I pick? It's not a mega carrier for once. Well, depending on what you want to call a mega carrier, they got about 500 to 600 trucks. They only got about 3 terminals, and they only operate on the East Coast. So I ended up going with Bar None, and I'm going to give you the details on what they offer, and everything I'm about to tell you is why I picked this company. If I get the miles they say I'm going to get, then I'll make more here than I've made in my whole 7.5-year career so far. So let's go over it. Last time you saw me was in a hotel. I was at orientation for Bar None. That was a 4-day orientation. They put you in the Drury Inn and Suites in Charlotte, North Carolina, which was about 70 miles from my house, so that was pretty convenient. You get there Sunday after 3 o'clock. You can check in, and orientation starts Monday morning. The guy, there was 2 people running orientation, a guy named Dave and a girl named Courtney. The whole orientation was laid back. They do throw a lot of information at you like every orientation does, but they were very laid back. I think Monday was like what felt like the longest day. Tuesday was a driving test and some more paperwork, a couple more videos. Wednesday was a few more videos and just going over the apps that they use on your phone, how to do your trip sheets, how to send in your messages, like workflow and all that. And then Thursday was pretty much, we got our trucks on Thursday. But yeah, you start out with a temporary fleet manager just to get you used to using their workflow on their website. I think it's for the first 2 weeks. First couple of weeks you're with this temporary fleet manager, and then once you kind of get in a rhythm and pretty much know the deal and what's going on, and you can do everything on your own, then you get your permanent fleet manager. The hotel gives you a free breakfast every morning. They give you lunch at orientation, and then the hotel also gives you a free supper every day, and they give you a card when you check in. You get 2 free alcoholic drinks per day. at night when you go for supper. So you can get 2 free drinks per night, and bar none doesn't care. The room was nice. I was by myself. I didn't have to share a room with nobody. What do they offer? Like I said, 4-day orientation. You get paid $300 for orientation. Plus, you get a $1,300 sign-on bonus without hazmat. It's more than that if you have hazmat. I do not, so I got $1,300. And that's all paid on your first check. They don't break it up into multiple checks. You get a full $1,300 sign-on bonus on your first check. Plus 1 day of vacation pay. Your home time will depend on your zip code. If you live within their running area, like I do, I picked their holiday account. And the way that works, if I would have picked just the regular OTR account, I would have started out at 69 cents per mile. I would have had to be out 11 days and have 3 days off. With the holiday account, I'm still only out 11 days and then home 3. Except once we get to Thanksgiving. Once you get to Thanksgiving, I take 3 days off for Thanksgiving. So my first day off would be 2 days before Thanksgiving, the day before, and the day of. You are required to come back Friday after Thanksgiving. And you work 25 days straight through December. And then you take up to 6 days off for Christmas. After Christmas, you go back to 11 days out, 3 days home. They also, depending on your zip code, they have $15 out and 5 home, and then 18 out and 7 home. And also for doing that, what they give you for doing that, instead of me starting at 69 cents, I start out at 71 cents. So I get a 2-cent pay bump for staying out that 25 days, 1 month out of the year. On top of the mileage pay, you also get what they call band pay. Band pay only counts towards loaded miles, which I like because I've done 1 load for them so far, and I already got band pay on that. So I'll explain that in more detail when I get to telling you about that load. But the way band pay works, 0 to 100 loaded miles gets you $35 extra for that load. 101 to 400 miles gets you $25 extra for that load. They do pay detention pay After the first hour, you get 1 hour free, then it's $15 an hour. If you have, they run you on recaps here. They want you to run every single day that you are out on the road. If for some reason they can't find you a load and you end up taking a 34-hour reset because they can't find you anything to do, you get $75 for that 34-hour reset. But if they give you work to do and you refuse it, or you could have moved the load forward but chose not to. In other words, you have a big enough window that you can take a 34-hour reset and still deliver on time. You don't get paid for that. If you have a load and you choose to sit around, they're not going to pay you. But if you have to sit around because they don't have work for you, then you get paid $75. Every 90 days that you go without getting a ticket, having an accident, or anything like that, and you pick up and deliver on time, you get for non-hazmat, a $1,300 safety bonus every 90 days. It's like I said, it's more if you have hazmat, and you also get paid 2 cents more if you have hazmat. You want to go for it, go for it. I don't care to have hazmat. I don't want it. And I'm happy with my 71 cents. But every 90 days you get a $1,300 safety bonus plus 1 day of PTO, paid time off. Every year on your anniversary, your hire date anniversary, you get $100. Every person, no matter what you start out at, also start out pay is based off experience. You have to have at least 9 months experience to get hired on. 9 to 30 months is a lower pay rate. Can't remember off the top of my head, but you can find any of this information on their website, or most of it anyway. But 30 plus months, which is what I got, for the non-holiday OTR, it was 69. For the holiday pay, it was 71. Every 40,000 safe miles that you do, you get a ½ cent raise. So if you do 80,000 miles in a year or more, then you'll get a 1 cent raise per year. And that will top out at 7 cents. So for me, if I go the next 7 years and I do at least 80,000 miles a year, then after 7 years, I will be making 78 cents per mile. They have a free rider program. You can bring somebody with you on the road. I think the age is 10 years old and up. That is free. They do not allow pets. They offer Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance, dental insurance. They do not offer vision. I don't know why, but they don't. You get a free company paid $10,000 life insurance policy. Their 401k, they will match 3%. So what I did, I signed up for 7% plus their 3% match equals 10% of what I make goes into my 401k. Every 60,000 miles, you get 3 days of PTO. So, you get 1 day of vacation right off the bat in orientation. You start out with 1 day. Every 90 days you get 1 day. And then every 60,000 miles you get 3 days. And I got $300 for orientation, $1,300 sign-on bonus. My very first load with them, and the only load I got for the week, was from North Carolina to Maryland. It was 130 empty miles and 328 loaded miles, which comes to 458 total miles. But you remember the band pay? Because the loaded miles are under 400, I get $25 extra with that load. So 458 miles at 71 cents, that's $325.18 plus the $25 band pay gives me $350.18. So the $350.18 plus the $1,300 plus $300 altogether, I grossed before tax $1,950.18. Now, if you take that gross divided by the 458 miles I drove, I made $4.26 per mile. But if you want to, you can't count that because that's only a one-time deal. Okay. So I make 71 cents per mile, right? Let's add in the band pay. So $350.18 divided by the 458 miles, I actually made 77 cents per mile for that load. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. That's how my first week was. That's how orientation was. I will be back Thursday for a little quick. It'll be a little quick video because I've pretty much covered my first check in this. The only thing I don't know is how much you're going to take out in taxes and what I'll actually net and bring home to the bank account. So I'll do a quick pop in once I get paid and give you the details on the settlement, and I'll start doing a weekly settlement video again like I used to, and keep y'all up to date with how it's going here, what types of loads I'm doing, and what my pay looks like. So y'all take care, be safe. I'll see you in the next video.